Is it possible that we are getting a apology? It seems our favorite Chicana actress from Oakland is back in the news, back in the media with a new movie, Plane. Yes, she's one of the co-stars. Does a great job in the film. I will say this. Check out my reviews on it as well on the channel. Now, this was from the San Francisco Chronicle date book. The title is Oakland's Daniella PINEDA in the Shock of Cowboy Bebop Cancellation. So, the article is pretty good. It actually chronicles her family roots in the East Bay, her Mexican-American roots, and how she became an actor. And then, of course, now talking about co-starring along Gerard Butler and Mike Coulter in the film Plane. But I want to go all the way down to where she is asked about her experience on Cowboy Bebop. And she was asked, what was it like taking on the lead role for something like Cowboy Bebop, where it's so high stakes and you have a major fandom with so many expectations? She says it was exhilarating and also at times frustrating. I had a tremendous experience and I learned a lot. That was a lead female part. It was an action role and it was also funny. I tried as much as I could to put my spin on the character. So after that, when it was over, even though it didn't go on to make a second season, for me, that was sort of a feather in my cap. And here we go. It was also the first time I worked on a project and got introduced to toxic fandom, which I had not been accustomed to before. And I really made a mistake. Everyone thinks that they know how they're going to be a public person. And it's like, no, you have no idea. You want to do something and it gets totally interpreted in a completely different way. So here Daniella is talking about her mishap with that video that she did, obviously. And they even ask, a viral video in which you jokingly address responses to an early look at your character. Seems like the perfect example of that. Did you wish you handled it differently? And she said, in my message box on Instagram from people was putrid and terrible. People telling me I look like a fridge and I don't look like the character. So as a joke, I made this video. Where I made a mistake was that the video was in response to all the trolls, not the fans, but I used the words fans. And my God, to this day, that is the biggest regret ever. Because then that got interpreted as Daniella attacking fans. And it's like, no, I'm not attacking fans. Obviously, I want to make the fans happy. This was my cheeky way in response to the male misogyny that's overflowing in my DMs right now. So, that was new. But it was also kind of a beautiful experience in itself. All right, I've experienced that. I've got through it and I came out on the other side and it was a learning experience. But it was weird managing expectations on something that is so beloved and massive. Well, she goes on to say a few more interesting points in regards to production and working on Cowboy Bebop. But my takeaway here is a very honest, introspective a take from Daniella. And obviously, she is wildly talented and does a great job on film. And I think it's great that she is trying to make amends in I would say a very honest way. She's being very honest that, look, in no way would I ever attack fans. I'm not attacking fans. Obviously, I want to make the fans happy. That's important, right? And it's important to where she all going back, where she says, like, look, this is where I really made the mistake. That you think you're going to know how to uphold yourself in public as a public person. Really, when you kind of achieve any level of stardom, you have to deal with that, big or small. And actors and celebrities who get to that level either handle it with, with class or make mistakes as they go along, but you hope that they get better at it. And I think this is a great, absolutely, I think this is a huge learning lesson for her. Huge learning lesson for her. Again, she says she made the mistake in response to all the trolls, not the fans, but I use the word fans. And yeah, that's, we all know the incredible backlash that she got. Was it deserved at that time? Who knows? But what I do know is that she's gone on record talking about her experience and apologizing and making it very clear what she was trying to do in the moment and what she regrets. And I will say this also, too, that it was during the filming of Plane, probably in a late night, rant that she did, where she was trying to attempt this. And I said this in the past, she probably should have just slept it off and rethought her online social media rants, as most actors should do. Well, what do you guys think? What are your thoughts? Is this sincere? Why is no one else also, with much fervor and pitchforks and flame that they threw at her, why aren't they covering this as well? Because this seems like a pretty good bookend to that ordeal on both parts. I think this is fantastic.